Welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII. So yeah, let's go back to Balam now that we're done.
Who's the loser who doesn't
Yeah,
get
let's
a
speed this up.
car?
Squall, get your ass back here now!
Thank God for the thank God for
can run
the
at incredibly ludicrous speeds
Yeah,
to ease on down the road.
Squall, Sonic, why is he having such a hard time?
Cue the ear rape
Thank-
version of Green Hill Zone.
thank heaven
I don't want to hear that again.
thank heavens for the boosters, because the ability to triple the speed in certain bits is a godsend, seriously, because it allows you to get from place to place much faster.
That may come in handy for Final Fantasy IX because that game is infamous for being slow, especially
Not just slow, Jova.
Probably because it was made at the tail, well, not at the tail end, but still, in advanced state of the PS1, and as such it was a lot more ambitious, the details were much more present.
Yeah.
So, of course, it had to load a lot of things. And the thing I remember the most is the mini loading time
There you go.
between each battle. Oh, there we go.
There you go, there you go, Selphie's,
Great job, Selphie.
this is one of Selphie's limits, a napalm explosion, apparently.
Like I said, she has a sort of a roulette
Yeah.
where she can cast a very powerful magic, including some of her exclusive ones. Like I said, for example, the end, which is an instant.
And now
spell.
Selphie is going to cast Meteor! Yes!
Oh,
One of the all-time
For those
great
who don't know,
powerful spells!
Before and after 7, Meteor was an actual spell to be used in other plot devices, so it makes sense to be present here. Not to be confused with
good job, Selphie.
Not to be confused with Comet, though. They're two different run-related spells.
So yeah, the moral here is don't mess with Selphie.
Pretty much.
You're damn right!
Mess with the selfie and you'll get the speed
Mess with
Elfie.
Mess with the selfie and you'll get, my dope. No, that doesn't make sense.
Allow me. Mess with the Selphie, you won't be wealthy.
Sure, why not?
that works.
No, wait, no.
Hold on, scene.
Come on, Squall, really? Healthy.
What the hell is that gesture? A yawning?
It's a yawn,
Sorry. Finally made it back.
You didn't even talk to Cell's mother.
Seriously.
Well, I guess we just wait for the test result.
Oh, right, I need to get this one.
I will say that. Sorry, Teo, I forgot. I will say this too. Maybe if the game did a better job of implementing her mother into the main story and actually force us to meet her instead of asking me to.
But I don't know. It feels like a player's natural sense of curiosity in exploring Balamba right after getting to the mission.
I'm with you there, Teo. I'm with you.
Just sprinting through back to the garden.
I'm with you there, Teo. My problem, Teo, is that when I don't give a shit about the world I'm in, I don't really care to explore it. That's the problem.
I guess.
I mean, okay. I guess to be fair, to the newcomer player, they may not be too disgruntled at this point in the game.
Oh no, they will.
Right.
They will. I assure you. But I am. So sorry.
Alright, so most of the part will be dialogues, so I will reserve after the part is over, but before we end the recording. But I got in the meantime the logistics behind how they're actually graduated.
Sure.
So I will mention that then.
Sure.
Oh. Mission complete. I think we did a pretty good job.
No, you sucked!
Except for Seifer, who didn't listen to anyone. But
But a guy who has the higher body combo.
it's still you, Shirai. Still you.
The candidates are back safely, right?
Yeah, and that's all that matters.
Well, considering most of them are 15 years old, yes.
Carry on.
Much.
Although we didn't realize the
Galbanian
army
was after the abandoned communication tower.
Yeah, we probably should have done some research before we entered this mission, but
It's not like any of them would have listened anyway.
Hey Sid, it's called reconnaissance. Try it sometime. We've just received word from the Dale Dukedom. The Dale Dukedom, it's such a interesting way to put it. I guess it's alliteration for the win.
That sounds like a fraternity group.
The Galbanian army has agreed to withdraw as long as the communication tower is repaired and the uplink remains operational.
They really want to stream HBO.
I'm surprised you didn't do a Robin Williams impression for Headmaster Sid Pedro.
Well, actually, I'm doing more of an impression of his performance in Insomnia, aka more subdued.
I'm more surprised he didn't give the role to Sid, considering, again, he was the one in 7, I guess, consistency.
Well, in any case, Galbadia is out of there.
Well, Teo, Sid tends to vary wildly in personality and look throughout the games anyway.
Sure, I'm fine with that. But question, well, Jova or whoever knows it, about, do PMCs, or at least mercenary groups of some kind, can be informed or perform their own intel reconnaissance for things they're contracted for? Or they just need to follow blindly orders even without knowing what they're doing?
Could you repeat the question?
Basically, remember, the thing that Pedro mentioned here is the fact that Sid did not do any, research about what Galbadia's plans were doing aside from invading Dalit.
Okay. In that case, if they were just hired, then they would not have had the chance to conduct the research if it was an immediate job or whatnot. So
I'm more questioning the fact that the Guardians, not just this one, the 3 Guardians in the entire world, educate and train literal child soldiers to be sent blindly inside conflicts, just even for training purposes. Again, Type 0 will bring back this concept and probably talked a bit better in the way it needs to be talked, aka the deconstructing way. But for a setting for a mainline Final Fantasy game, it feels odd.
Teo, you want...
Especially because most Final Fantasy games do have child characters in your party, but usually the average age they go through is at least 20-25 plus. This is the first Final Fantasy game where you get basically a consistent age of under 20 characters.
Anyway, to actually fight, it was a good feeling.
That's the spirit. But let me go to your head. Basically, Jove, you know how Robin Williams had that period in his career where he was desperately trying to find a good, subtle, dramatic role to win him an Oscar and all that crap.
So basically something that wasn't a comedy.
Yeah, basically.
In a serious movie, I forgot which one.
Christopher Nolan was actually the one that actually managed to have him accomplish that. With in Insomnia, he plays the villain, for the record, and he delivers his most subtle and nuanced dramatic performance, the actual one that he's been really trying to do.
Interesting. Okay. So would you say that it was actually good and not just an obvious "please give me an Oscar" film like?
Oh no! Insomnia is a great movie. It's Nolan's most underappreciated movie.
But about the communication tower, would have been heroes if it weren't for that withdraw order.
Look at it this way, Joe. It's Al Pacino versus Robin Williams. You have to admit that's an incredibly tempting proposal. That's an incredibly tempting proposal, isn't it?
Oh, love. My dear instructor, I'm hurt. Those are rather cruel words for an aspiring student.
Fuck you.
Seifer's gonna be the
I want a mediocre instructor like you will never understand.
Mediocre?
Mediocre.
Shirei. Go ahead.
Seifer, don't be so stuck on yourself.
Stuck on yourself?
Don't stuck your IP rival.
Shouldn't it be? Don't be so stuck up. Whatever. Go ahead.
You'll take all responsibility for leaving the designated area.
Ha!
That's your bad.
My father would know about this. Oh wait, I'm orphan.
What are you drunk?
Teo, we're not there yet. We're not there yet, Teo. Come on, let's try not to.
To be fair, unlike Kingdom Hearts, this game actually bothers to answer the question: where the fuck are these characters'
Where the fuck are your parents?
Yes.
True, but that's supposed to be a plot twist, though.
Waiting for dinner, though.
Isn't it the captain's duty to take the best possible action?
Yes, but the possible action with Finn.
But it's also the captain's duty to obey orders of his superiors if they consider it too dangerous.
Seifer, you'll never be a seed. Calling yourself a captain is a joke.
Oh!
I like this.
That's why I cast you as shoe.
It's down to the fact that he never wears his uniform. You always get that white grey trench coat with the churches with the crosses on the shoulders.
Let me put it this way. One of my... Well, actually, no. Well, after the conversation. Go ahead.
I know it's weird, but I can't help but feel like Seifer is like prototype Snow Villiers.
Wow, I love what you just did. She turns her back on Seifer and she waves. Bye! Bye, dipshit!
More what you said... I will mention more what you said, Jova, in a moment, actually.
Okay.
He's shaking. I just wanted to kill stuff.
Seifer.
You're fucking expelled.
You will be disciplined for your irresponsible behavior.
Oh.
Expulsion?
Surprising?
No.
You must follow orders exactly during combat. There you go, you dipshit.
Well, thank goodness it's not one of those stupid cliche schools where, the bully who's clearing the wrong gets all the praise from the teachers.
But I'm not entirely without sympathy for you for some reason.
Huh?
I don't want you all to become machines.
Aw, how nice. He cares about us even though we're
probably chose the wrong job.
I want you all to be able to think and act for yourselves, which is
We
why
just said follow all orders.
I hired you. I hired you to do my orders, but I want you to think for yourselves.
You have some business in your office.
Basically, don't step on
Lord Raiden!
Why is that guy wearing a pie on his head?
I know! Lord Raiden, what are you doing here?
Yeah. You can see that this particular subplot will be expanded in these two. The fact that Seed might not have the 100% control over the garden.
Go ahead.
Seed shall not act beyond the exact wording of the
too bad that...
We're a non-profit organization.
What Taylor said...
So
Sorry.
basically, if the contract says Seed should blow themselves up, they'll do exactly that.
Unfortunately, yes. The higher ups are that moronic.
Yeah, about the contract. Seed, you will disband immediately and run away.
What Taylor said is true, but the payoff is completely impossible to take serious. I'll tell you that.
Very sadly also. Dweebs, okay, maybe Dweebs and Shiri will understand it better because it's very Doctor Who-esque, surprisingly enough.
It depends which era Doctor Who it is. All students who participated in today's field exam report to the open bracket second floor hallway
Close bracket.
I repeat, all students who took the field exam report to the open bracket second
floor.
Okay.
And hold on, Seifer is like, wait, I didn't get that. Can you tell her again?
Wait, I'm sorry, Dredge. Were you the one who wrote the script from Mighty Number 9 on the PC where they literally included ad-lib moaning in pain in the script?
Wait,
Alright,
really?
it's time for the graduation.
You were there for that.
Actually.
Alright, well...
I forgot. We did that ages ago.
Oh wait, never mind. That was the PS4 version, but still.
They're gonna call out names.
It's a diminutive way of saying "what's up" too.
I know, it's just I thought it was without the apostrophe.
No, it is with the apostrophe. I can tell you that. I actually do know that. So, rage. Thank you, thank you for that brilliant contribution to the script, Fujin. That was incredibly important.
I will elaborate more on that later. There are psychological, reasons for why a person will express him or herself with that.
Fujin was saying it'd be all your fault if Seifer don't become a seed.
Very good.
Raiji surprisingly doesn't have. Oh, right.
She can be pretty scary,
That's his catchphrase. It's a way to mimic a Japanese, verbal tick that they had to end a phrase with, a word. And here we replicate with Raiji saying at the end of each phrase. Zeldinked.
Ooh, yeah!
Yes.
Who are you? Who are you, Cyborg from Teen Titans Go?
What the hell kind of walk cycle is that? Did you notice this walk cycle? Is
his arse on fire?
Yeah, I was about to mention.
Seriously, what is up with that walk cycle? Someone actually animated that.
Yeah, the rest of you failed, so get out. You're all expelled.
Pretty much. No! To be fair, they click at the same time. To be fair, there is an actual fourth person, aside from Zell, Squall and Selphie, but he will be irrelevant for most of the game, actually.
Alright.
Before we pass the exam.
First of all, congratulations. However,
You're fired.
No. For now, why would I promote them if I'm gonna fire them? Anyway, from now on, as a member of...
Well, that was to Seifer specifically.
No.
Dispatched all over the world.
We are proud to... I'm starting to think that Dweb should have played Seifer. But anyway, we are proud to put you in the seat. Seed soldiers are combat specialists. But there is only one aspect of Seed.
Also, the JoJo posing.
What the hell is that? Yeah, this is another problem that I'm gonna be talking about as we go along. This game has weirdly animated, and there's a lot of weird poses. Let's just say when we later get into Timber, you're gonna see some weird poses from Zell and Renoa.
Maybe Hirohiko Araki took over.
I don't know. Seriously, look at that pose. What the hell?
Awaken my master.
Kitaze, direct the animators, please. When this, you know what this screams? You know what?
Almost time for the meeting. Please make this short.
Okay, garden faculty, thank you. You know what this feels like, Jova? It's literally the This is literally the animators going. I have no idea what I'm doing. Direction. Someone give me direction. Handle your mission with care.
This is what you wanted to say, sir, yes?
No. I was told to make me an apple pie and step on it.
Here is your seed rank.
Again, I will elaborate more on that after the party is done, because there's a bit to actually talk about, but this time his party is actually full of dialogue.
Okay, so what about Selphie?
She becomes a seed as well. I'm looking forward to the garden festival.
More on that later.
I'm not entirely sure why you're telling her to to her, but it's a bit creepy,
right
but whatever.
Also.
Do your best, even if you don't stand out.
Ouch.
That's harsh.
Alright, so what about
Robin Williams is a dick.
Don't eat all the hot dogs.
Try to control your emotions a little.
That is good advice for Zell.
I thought you said you didn't want any robots.
It's about getting a balance, Luis.
Finally, a gunblade specialist. Yeah, Squall is the first ever seed to be a gunblade specialist.
Like I mentioned, in universe, the gunblade is a difficult weapon to master, so Squall is so special. He manages to do that perfectly.
I'll get into that later. This ends the seed inauguration. Dismissed. Look at Zell's walking cycle right now. We're actually going to see it from the front now. Right after this balloon. Someone animated that and presented it from.
And Selphie is frolicking.
Look, let the man strut if he wants to strut.
But it looks so silly.
Come on.
Yo, Squall, let's get back to class.
Alright, yeah, the perfect way to end the day is with more schoolwork.
What do you mean, why? Don't you remember what new seed members do?
More schoolwork!
They give a speech in front of the entire class, and after that, the inauguration party.
Great.
Okay.
I hope
Alright, so,
means
wait, you're not even... are you gonna talk to the fourth guy?
No, Tail. Like you yourself said, it doesn't matter.
Mr. Personality.
Well, Tail. Maybe if he stood out, like Sid said, I would.
just keep him in mind for later. That's all.
Oh boy.
Look, Jova, Seifer and his goons are also showing sportsmanship, but take that because might as well.
That's like
an adult move of him.
But believe it or not, that's the one awesome thing he'll do.
All right, like I said, I will explain these parameters actually later because this part is complex on its own.
Yeah.
Especially which rank it's tied to.
As a seed member, you will be paid a salary at regular intervals. The salary is determined by seed rank. Seed rank goes up according to your actions in battle. Some actions will cause your rank to go down.
Like fleeing from battle, actually. Flee too many times and your rank will go down.
Don't worry about that crap. First, talk to Selphie. Go ahead.
Ha! Found you! Well, what do you think? My seed uniform.
It's a good alternate costume for crossovers, actually.
You should get changed too. We have that party to go to.
I'm surprised that the cadet uniform that Squall is having now has never been an actual alternate costume for the Dissidia games.
Alright, Shiroi, your primary character for this playthrough is gonna come in a few moments.
And also about the part of the meme that needs to be explained because it's not replicated for this remastered
we're about to see what is most likely the most iconic scene in the game.
Looking good.
Thank you. I clean up very well.
But yeah, what Teo said, don't worry.
All right, let's hit that party.
That being said, don't worry about what Teo just said. Just go do a written test with cheat sheets from the internet, get your seed rank all the way up, and you'll get a shit ton of money. You'll be fine. There you go.
And then does your rank never go down when you're at the very top?
It does, but it will never.
There you go. As you can see in this shot, Squall face is very visible, right?
At least there's alcohol.
Sup, Squall?
Probably cheap champagne, Shiroi.
I guess we're both seeds now.
Nah, you think?
Considering the people in this party, I'll take anything.
Sure.
Put it there, man.
The right head is occupied with a glass.
No, don't worry, Shiroi. I think you're gonna like the character I picked for you.
Even as a seed, you're still there. Well, that's typical.
Line, Squall?
Squall hasn't said a single word.
See ya.
Anyway, you were saying about the rank, Pedro?
I finished.
Not going down.
I actually finished. Basically, it will go down if you run from battle, like Teo said. But if you manage to do the written text and regular rank up, it won't really matter anyway. You'll be fine.
And
when I joined the... Sorry.
Actually,
Sorry, I just remembered something. Gotta go. See ya.
Perhaps Selphie may have a fling for Zell.
no, she generally just wants people to join.
oh please, I just want to drink in peace. Go away,
Want to
woman.
join the Garden Festival Committee?
No.
Yeah, that whenever you have time.
Trust me.
Let me guess. Whatever.
Please.
Like, we're building. I know the game is actually building up with that, but trust me, the payoff is not impressive.
What is the payoff?
Silence treatment.
The teacher or school
me.
festival
Here,
you will
right
see
there.
this too.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. We're about to meet your primary character, Shiroi.
I will not mention her name yet, even though everyone knows, because the game will take its time to actually mention her name.
There she is.
And with her stupid finger gesture. Alright.
Wow.
Let's just say that she does that gesture a lot, even though it doesn't mean anything. Alright, pay attention to the first line she's about to mention.
Go ahead, Shiroi.
When the box appears. You're the best looking guy here.
Yeah, in the original PS1 version, Squall's face was so pixelated that that line assumed a complete different context.
Yeah.
Dance with me?
That's
Whoa, we just met.
I'm thinking about it.
Is he thinking anything? Is he really thinking?
I don't think Squall
Okay,
thinks.
now I've had enough to drink.
Shiroi?
Let me guess. You'll only dance with someone you like.
Oh boy.
Well, that's a very narrow.
Oh, I actually like what she does now, actually. It's actually a fun quirk. You'll see.
Okay.
To be fair. Come on, Pedro, press X if you don't mind.
What? Tell her what a bore he is.
You'll see. Go ahead, Shiroi.
Okay then. Look into my eyes.
Wait, what?
You'll see.
Excuse me.
No, you'll see. You'll see.
You're going to like me. You're going to like me.
Okay. Alright, I will give you that one. That's actually funny. I will agree with that.
Not an official way, but keep the situation in mind for now.
I think it's supposed to be, you're going to like me, as in she's trying to hypnotize
She's trying
him.
to hypnotize him, yeah.
Go ahead.
Did it work?
No.
And again, notice that Squall hasn't said almost anything.
Oh my god!
He's amused.
He actually left. I can't dance.
Okay, if Captain Shepard, Commander Shepard can do that, so can anyone, Squall. Go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Come on.
Whoa.
Help! I'm being
And
commandeered
now
onto the
Nobu
dance
Ematsu
floor.
gives you the Moon Waltzer.
Yeah.
Ah,
By the way, this particular FMV was actually remade for a tech demo demonstration for the PS2.
Yep.
among other things.
This is actually my favorite scene in the game because it's a scene where that really feels charming and shows genuine humanity.
Fuck this shit.
and takes full advantage of each of the two characters' personalities.
Honestly, this scene is the most that's gotten a genuine laugh out of me.
Yeah, that's
Shiroi, really cherish it.
cherish it, Shiroi.
I will.
Oh, well, again, let me say something positive. Like I said, I really like the design of the SEED uniform. It has that military characteristic while being still having original elements and being elegant on its
Does
own.
look cool.
Yeah, true. Good job, Nomura.
Yeah, for a Nomura design, it's surprisingly tame. Only one belt and one chain. And remember, this
Ruined
was
forever.
This was early years
I do
Nomura.
believe that there are sparks flying.
Well,
Those are fireworks.
honestly, Teo, when it comes to Nomura's clothes designs, I still think 10 is worse. If you ask me.
Again, the bouncer is basically the worst to me.
Well,
I like
I'm talking
the
about like
belted
main
box.
series games.
Oh, sure.
I'm not gonna lie, 10, his costumes were weird.
Oh
but I
boy,
do
here we
think-
go.
All
I
right.
think his were.
All right, it's you and me, Jova. You really are an excellent student. Even that dance was perfect.
Wait,
Well,
you
don't use
consider
part
that
of the
then
curriculum.
perfect?
Isn't this supposed to be the student sucking up to the teacher? But whatever.
Thank you.
Oh, game.
Game! Line! Thank you! Yeah. So you'll dance with someone you don't even know, but you can't stand being around me? I know, right? Thank you, Quistis.
Well, not for nothing, Quistis. Things kind of feel awkward around you and me.
Gay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was only like a couple of seconds.
So, yeah, Kitase is a great director, isn't he? His pacing is perfect.
Look,
You're an
look,
instructor, and I'm your student.
look. I'm
It's
sorry.
kind of awkward when you don't say anything.
Look, I don't mind. I actually get what the meaning behind these pauses. Again, Squall is reticent to talk, so it just left this awkward, embarrassing silence setting in. But
That's true. I was like that myself. Oh
I
god,
think it
you
should be
were?
conveyed better.
Oh, I completely forgot. I wonder what's to become of me. Wait, what?
You're still being a teacher.
I've come to give you an order.
Go home.
You and I are to go to the secret area. Oh.
Wink, wink, wink.
Excuse me.
You
just
mean
make
you
sure
and
that
I
the
are gonna
game
go to the
next
secret
part is
area?
brilliant.
Amazing! It's where students secretly meet up and talk after curfew.
Well, it's not much
Squall
of a
is
secret, you know what
You're a teacher.
the Squall is getting late tonight.
Not
But
with
she's
his
a teacher, that's not
teacher.
supposed to...
To be fair, Shira, the actual age gap is almost non-existent here.
It doesn't matter, she's
It
still
doesn't
a
matter.
teacher.
This is a complete power imbalance. This is no.
Trust me,
You're
Shiroi.
going there to tell everyone you're violating curfew.
Trust me,
Okay,
Shiroi.
I will need
Don't
to-
say
Get
that.
it.
I will need
Leave
to
that
look
for the
into how much
disciplinary
more
committee.
Kabuo is in other countries.
Trust me, Shiroi. When we get to the secret area, you'll wish it was that. Because it's even worse what it actually is. Go get changed and meet me in front.
Tio, it's a breeding ground for manipulation.
Go get changed
Oh,
and
I
meet me
get-
in the front of the training center. This will be my last order. There you go, Shiroi. This is her last order to him. Because after today, she will no longer be his teacher. So technically, starting tomorrow, they can be a couple if they want.
Oh, I get that, Shiri, but for example, in my country, the idea of a student finding the teacher super hot is an actual very common source of comedy, for example.
Oh, it is common in comedy, but it's like the whole thing of going so far as to sleeping with your teacher. Is,
Oh, obviously.
No.
Ixnay.
yeah,
Don't-
having a crush on your teacher is one thing.
Don't
Dating your
watch
teacher
Animal
is
House,
another.
then.
That's it.
Well-
I guess after graduation, it's free real estate.
Well, okay. Shirai.
Jova, you're not whispering it enough. Come on.
It's free real estate.
There, she gets it, Jova. See?
Well, Shirai, I'm curious.
Yes.
What about this was years ago.
There we go, his classic outfit.
What about what a certain teen soap did in my country here years ago, where there was this subplot about a student and teacher who were in love, but the teacher completely refused their advances because, it's inappropriate and all that shit. However, and don't worry, both of them were the student was overage, so there's that. But however, when the school year was done and he officially stopped being her teacher, that's when then they actually properly started anything at all.
That's different though, because that removes the power imbalance.
Sure.
Anyway, okay, I think what Pedro will show here is one of the tests of increasing your rank. So this actually is a good point for me to talk about the actual parameters that you got. Conduct is it states how the candidate behaves within the mission, within their team. Translation: how much time do you get in withdrawing from Dolet? If it takes less than 5 minutes, you will get a perfect score, and so on. Judgment is determining instead how much time is left at the end of a Fire Cavern mission, meaning that if you're very close to the 0 mark, but when defeating Ifrit, you will get a perfect score. It talks about like 7 seconds. The common trick to be used is if you just leave the victory screen for a while until it gets to the counter that you need. Attack, it's easy enough. How much actual Galbadian soldiers you killed in Dolet during the field exam. Basically, what you need to do is, when you're still in control with Seifer, you need to go roam around Dolet and counters
fuck off game.
75 plus soldiers to get a perfect score.
So basically, the easiest way to raise your rank is just with a written test.
Basic job: go onto the internet, check a cheat sheet with all the answers, and raise your rank up the ass. And you'll be fine. Don't even worry about the rank going down after that point, because you're set for the rest of the game. You're fine.
Spirit is the score determining how many times do you escape just during the Dolet mission. The X-Atmo 92 fights do not count for that. So if you escape just one time, you will get a perfect score. Attitude is my favorite one, because it's the one that is influenced by the choices that you do, the one I mentioned. So, in order to... let's see how Pedro fucked this up. If you disregard Seifer's order inside the vessel, it gives you 1 deduction. Talking to anyone after landing on the Dolet shore, including Zell and Zell and Selphie, gives you one deduction per attempt. The mandatory conversation with Seifer and clearing the town square is exempt. After a few withdraws from Dolet, the player can safely talk to anyone without any deductions.
Just in a moment, Teo. Okay, Shiroi, now, let's see if you've been paying attention, because you will be taking this written test. So, being hit by a physical attack removes confuse. You will need to answer this, otherwise you will fail.
No.
Squall's limit break is Kenzo Kuken. No.
Kenzo Kuken. It's Renzo Kuken.
I don't go to this school.
Go ahead.
Anyway,
Teo,
moving towards the radio tower before Seifer orders it gives you 1 deduction per attempt. Talking to Biggs after defeating gives 2 deductions. Jumping off the cliff like Selphie to reach her gives 5 deductions. Failing to save the dog from the X-192 while you're being chased when you're withdrawing gives 10 deduction, which means that Pedro didn't, by the way. Hiding in the pub when X-192 passes gives 20 deduction, which you can do. If you have basically 0 deductions, you get a perfect score. But if you manage to destroy the X-Atmo 92, I think this particular thing is replaced with another type of grading. There we go. It's just called points deducted if you manage to defeat the X-Atmo 92, and it works just a bit differently, tied to like how much time you took to defeat it. But basically, the gist of it is that all those micro choices that you got until this point, so had been implicitly, influencing your score, and like the game basically tells it backward how you're supposed to do, because the game pretty much suggests that Seifer's orders, for example, are moronic and you're not supposed to follow them. But since he's the captain, you are kind of needed to follow his orders, and if you don't, the game penalizes you for that. Like Pedro said, taking this stance fixes the problem completely to the core, but it's still moronic the fact that the game is such backwards in terms of how it grades. Like this is basically saying that again, just in order to be to the letter, Squall should have been completely agreeing with Seifer all the whole time. Even like on the boat when he asked, "Oh, go check it out." Like you could say no. Sorry, go on.
Despite the fact that, Seifer himself got reprimanded for what he did.
To be fair, Jova, he was the captain, so he took the responsibility entirely. His teammates were supposed to just follow the orders. So that thought process I can understand. But that's pretty much it. This grading for the seed rank is just way potentially too cryptic, or even for a game like this. But again, if you pass the test, you can do basically multiple times as much as you want. Raises your rank and gives you, a raise in terms of how much you're getting periodically for your paycheck. Which again, it's your only source income for guilds because monsters don't drop money anymore in this game for some reason.
Yep. My guess is they're trying to capture what Chrono Trigger did with the trial and all that led up to it.
Mm-hmm. That could be cool, but I do believe. Well, I mean, big shock, but I do believe Chrono Trigger managed to foreshadow things a bit better,
much
in
better.
Terms of morality. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Anyway, next part is gonna be fun because it's gonna be the supposed date between Quistis and Squall.
So
great.
Next part we'll go to the secret area. Spoilers: it's not gonna be nearly as fun as Teo is making it out to be.
Well, even if the teachers know about it, it's not very secret.
Trust me, Shiwa. Like I've told you, when we get to it, you'll wish it was the other thing. Anyway, see you, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah.